Welcome to Sipping on Excellence. This is Coach KJ, and I'm here with my man, my dude, the Doc.
And this is where we will be discussing the exceptional that is absolutely attainable. My friends, here's to living that extraordinary life.
Cheers. Man, I guess we starting now.
We on.
Let
Let me adjust here. Let's get this right.
me reintroduce myself.
My name is Hove.
H to the O-V. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Another Saturday, man. Another Saturday.
Welcome.
Sipping on Excellence podcast. Live.
That's right. You ain't hearing it live, but you're going to be hearing it live.
We had a great one today, man. So welcome you guys again. Thank you guys for joining us this morning if you were there.
Yeah.
Dude, people need to tune in more because we get asked questions that everybody wants to hear. If they just tuned into the live, they get to ask those questions live.
Right.
So
And become part of the podcast.
exactly.
The actual show.
It's the warm-up show. A lot of people are confusing the warm-up show with the actual podcast.
Yeah.
You know, no, we don't do two podcasts. We give you guys a little warm-up to what we about to talk about.
Yeah.
We ain't got that kind of time to do two podcasts.
Nah.
Y'all do know we got day jobs. In case y'all didn't.
I'm just saying. And this is, people think, oh, is this just a hobby? No, It's not a hobby.
How do we put this? We are 80 plus episodes in. Does that
Can't be
sound like a hobby to y'all?
Consistently.
This shit is for real.
Yeah.
Shout out to Gohar, our new
Yes.
lighting supervisor engineer. She hooked us up.
Thank you for your social influence and being able to provide us with this light.
prior guest.
And wasn't she supposed to send you the link? And she's like, yeah, I'll send you the link.
Yeah.
The package.
Package showed up, girl.
We appreciate you. That was amazing. Thank you so much.
Rock star. Yeah. Let's talk about this live we had today. Let's do a quick recap before we jump into the.
Yeah.
So we talked about grace.
Yes, because you saw that Instagram. He sent it to me. I was watching it. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And she said something. This is coming out of the mouth of a black woman. She said something interesting about how men are expected to accept baby daddy drama. You got kids. You got this, all these things to provide, do all these things. We're supposed to just accept all that you can throw at us and accept it with grace. But men are not afforded the same amount of grace,
Right.
if any at all.
So in essence, we take that, throw it on our back with everything else that we already have and carry that along as well.
And that's just how we're supposed to be. We talked about how with all of that, women get excused.
Yes.
And it's true. You guys get a lot of, you're excused for a lot of stuff, and men are not.
No.
And so on the live today, and you guys can check it out on IG because it'll be on all of our pages.
It's on mine. It's on his. It's
on the podcast.
It's on the podcast, yeah.
And we went through it all, and people were asking questions. People were chiming in. And what I thought was pretty interesting is how many people, after chiming in, agreed.
Right.
That we weren't far off because we don't female bash. That's not what we do here.
No.
We educate as much as we can about the male psyche. I think that's what we're doing.
I think that's what we're doing.
I
would think that's what we're doing.
Because everything's coming from the mind of a man. But it's...
Yeah, because I can't think for you.
Right, and we can only think, and we don't think for all men, but we can say, because we deal with men and talk to men, and he coaches men, he coaches women, he can tell them from a mindset, this is how a lot of men think and feel, because men just frankly aren't going to tell you.
Right, and also what we're receiving from you, this is the information that we're getting.
Yes.
So this is a male's perspective on how we're receiving the information that you're giving us, not what you're thinking, because we don't know, because you didn't share that with me. And these are two men thinking about it.
Exactly. And so the live today, led into what we're going to talk about today. And before we get too far in, let's talk about this.
Tell me about this sip, bro. Tell me about this sip.
So, since we are talking about men, women, shit.
Yes.
Not that it's shit, but just it is sometimes. Black Widow is the name of this cocktail.
Oh, my God.
Black
One
Widow.
bite. You are dead.
So what this is rum, an ounce and a half of rum, a quarter to a half ounce of whiskey, lime juice, and sugar.
And sugar.
Shaking it up.
Oh, he thought he was
poured in a sour glass.
He thought he was.
I was Tom Cruise from Cocktail. For y'all who are old enough to know, there was a Tom Cruise before Maverick. In case y'all are wondering,
actually, that movie came out after.
No, I'm talking about the last Maverick, because some of them aren't even old enough to remember the first Top Gun.
This is true.
The first Top Gun was in the 80s. Y'all ain't there.
86, by the way.
Yes, I was in the 9th grade. Woo woo.
I was in the 8th.
Cheers, brother. Let's get into this.
Let's go. It's amazing because you don't taste the whiskey.
You can
a little bit,
but
the tartness, the sweetness of the rum, the sweetness of the sugar, and the tartness.
Yeah.
Delectable.
It's got me a little warm in here.
got my spirit heated up.
Right. So let's just tell these folks what we plan to talk about today.
Man,
we're gonna tell we were thinking about a title: Men.
Yes.
Wants, needs, expectations, and shit we don't like. Y'all gonna hear it all today. Let's dive deep, Coach.
Men, you know what? I'm gonna start on a very surface thing. Yeah. What I just don't like in a woman: the lack of confidence. I know we've talked about this in the past, but the lack of confidence. Now, I'm not saying that you have to walk in like I own the room, but there's a level of ownership of self, and it presents itself. Why are men so attracted to models? It's not just because of her beauty. It's the statuesque. It's the presentation. It's the hello, I'm here.
Exactly.
And they feel that presence. Now, it might be a shell of what that person really is once you get to know them. Mm-hmm. But it's that presentation, because that is what we are, as visual creatures.
I'll tell you, a woman walks in the room who's beautiful with no confidence. Only the men who like her look will pay attention. Any woman, regardless of her look, if she walks into the room like she owns it, every man will look, whether that's his type or not. Fat, skinny, short, tall, doesn't matter. If you walk into that room like you belong and like you own it, we're all gonna look. We're gonna pay attention.
We've seen the big women in the past, but they just
that confidence.
You like, oh, she's bad,
and you can tell whether or not it's real.
This is true,
because that false confidence is almost borderline narcissism, which we can tell as well. And so shit we don't like, that narcissistic shit. And I don't want y'all clapping back at us with that whataboutism. Like, well, what about y'all? And this, no. The podcast today isn't about what you guys don't like about us. We'll have somebody on at some point to go through all that. We're not women. We're not going to speak on what you guys like and don't like.
Plus, we always hear that because you're willing to talk about it.
Exactly. And
because, this is a toxic conversation right now. You know that, right? You do understand. We're just two toxic, educated fools.
So, right? And so that's and that's going to be one of the things we talk about that we don't like, the word toxic.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
I heard somebody say it once that there's no such thing as toxic masculinity. There's just toxic people.
Correct.
Whether you're man or woman, you can be toxic. What has happened as time has gone and feminism has really taken a hold, any masculine feature, any masculine attitude, any masculine trait has been started to be labeled as toxic when we're just fucking men. We've been men since the beginning of time.
Me for my mother producing a man. That's
Yes.
basically what you're telling me.
And toxic masculinity wasn't a thing until like the 90s, that terminology. But men have been around since the beginning of time, so
Right.
help me understand that.
Right. Right.
Now, if we want to get into the psychology of it, we can go deep, but that's not what we're here for. We're just letting y'all know. Any man that hears you even refer to another man as toxic and based on his masculinity, I promise you, even if he's your dude and you ain't talking about him, he's going to feel some kind of way because he's going to be like, oh, she's one of them.
Yeah. Which is toxic behavior. It is.
But here's the thing, like we talked about in the live today. A woman can call us toxic.
Correct.
If we call a woman toxic or anything feminine toxic, oh, we're getting raked through the coals. Mm-hmm. We're getting set up with a firing squad and canceled. Why is it okay? Because they'll say there's no such thing as toxic femininity. Well, it's not. Let me help y'all. Think about it. It ain't the feminine or the masculine that's toxic. It's the person.
It's the behavior of the person.
Right? And so it's not masculinity in general that's toxic. It's not femininity that's toxic.
Correct.
We like femininity. So we're not going to say that's toxic. We're going to say you as a woman or you as a man or you as a child are having toxic behavior.
Correct.
Whether it's feminine or masculine.
Correct.
You know? But yet people want to throw it on us as toxic masculinity.
Easily. It's a scapegoat. Labels make things easy.
You know why?
Slap a label on it, I don't have to deal with it.
Because we kind of take it. We're like, whatever.
Yeah. Because you know what? I'm going to keep on rolling. I have no choice.
I'm toxic, cool.
Yeah.
And we just keep moving,
Yeah.
right?
Tell my wife, tell my family, oh, how toxic I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, whatever, dude. Whatever.
Whatever, dude. That's how you answer that shit.
Yeah.
You
Especially to a woman. Whatever, dude. All right, homie. Thanks, dog.
All right, dude.
Thanks, dog.
All right, bruh. For real, though. I mean, it's just, you act like that, you get treated like that.
That's right, Chief.
You get treated like that. What do we want as men?
I don't think we all know. I honestly believe we don't know. We do want peace. We always talk about that.
Yes.
We do want peace. But we live in this idea of feeding everyone, taking care of. We have a loss of self in many ways of saying, what do I want? What do I really want?
We have a need to chase purpose.
That's a good look.
When you think about it, we do. We have this. That's why we will do. And our need, it's funny shit. Y'all are going to want to hear this. Our need to chase purpose isn't for us. Our need to chase purpose is so we can be better for you.
Exactly.
And you by meaning, I'm talking about the ladies out there. A lot of what we do is because we want life to be better for you. A lot of what you do is because you want life to be better for you. Mm-hmm. You know, I heard somebody say, a man chases the bag. He works 10 jobs. He does all these things so he could provide for his family and help take care and be a provider. A woman chases the bag and works 10 jobs and all that so she can be independent of a man.
Wow. That's pretty profound.
It's the truth, though.
It's the truth. And it's very simply said.
You know, and so what do we want besides you to be our place of peace? We want you to be understanding. You don't have to completely get it, But just like we talked about today, the first step is actually listening, hearing us and listening.
Yes. Beyond hearing, listening. It's vital to listen. Listen without putting yourself in that scenario or whatever the conversation, wherever that conversation goes, allowing him to speak freely and you're listening.
We may not have a lot to say with words, but the words that we say have a lot of meaning with them.
Because
we just keep it short
wisely.
and sweet.
Yeah, we choose them wisely.
Yeah.
Just think about text messages.
I'll get a paragraph and I'm like, cool, what time?
Yeah.
You know, it's.
Or if we text, it's like, this is what we're doing. This is the time. This is where we're going. Whatever. There's like, hey,
Conversation. Like, or.
What's up? I don't need all the details. I just want
cool.
to get there.
If you're cool, you thought about me today, you want me to know, text me. Hey, just thinking about you. Hope you're having a good day. I am, thank you. You good? That's it. I'm not going to spell out my day to you.
Right.
Because if it's a normal day and things are going great, I don't need to talk about it. Right? If things are not going great, as a man, I want to be able to come home, tell you about that day, and you actually give a shit about hearing about it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right? Not how we talked about earlier where, how's your day? And as soon as I rattle off, like I said, you're looking for that double Dutch moment where you can jump in and talk about your day. Men hate that. You want to see your man shut down and never tell you shit? Do that.
Oh, they know already.
They don't know that. They don't even know. And
they don't
then
know. You're right.
They don't know what they're doing,
Yeah.
but yet they wonder why we shut down. We shut down because they don't give us a minute to express ourselves. Or, like somebody else said, if we express ourselves too much, we're weak. Mm-hmm. And here's the funny part. I think what she was trying to say on the live today was that if we dump in their laps what they dump in ours, then we're considered weak. Dude, let me explain something to y'all. We don't have as much baggage or the same type of baggage. So don't think we're going to drop all the shit you drop on us. We're not going to drop that on you because we just don't have that.
No. I'm not trying to have it.
No, because we're fixers.
So we're not trying to have it within ourselves.
Yeah.
We might fight it. We might share just a little bit, but
or tell
we're going to really try to figure it out.
I'm kind of distant because I'm trying to get through some shit. We're not going to tell you, here's what I'm going through. Can you fix it? Because we're the fixer.
Here's the syllabus.
Yeah, we're the fixer. We're not trying to get you guys to fix it.
Right.
All we're trying to do is, hey, let me vent for a second and let me move on. Mm-hmm. But if you don't give us that moment to vent, or if that moment for us venting, we think you're going to look at us as being weak, we're probably not going to.
Yeah, it's like the moment you say, but you did what you need to do, we're going to go, okay, I'm good. I don't need to have any more conversations about this. I'm good.
We'll change the subject and we'll kind of just.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
Good.
I got it.
Yeah. Good for that.
Thanks.
Enough about me. Let me tell you a little bit more about myself.
Yeah. And then we, next time, won't say shit.
Yeah.
You know? So what we like, what we want. So things that we like that impress us. You guys like, we talked about this earlier, you guys like being surprised. You like little cute things. You like surprises. Right. Not just, oh, it's my birthday, Christmas, things like that. You know, Coach was talking about it. He's a married guy, so he likes to surprise his wife from time to time. We like it too.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I'm not saying you got to go buy your man a dozen roses, blah, 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 whatever. But if you were out and you're doing something, or if you're like, oh, my man would really think this is cool, do it.
Yeah.
It'll shock, and it has to, the simplest thing, because we expect nothing. But if you know this dude likes blow pops.
Right.
Right? Think about it. Your dude likes blow pops, or I equated it to Slim Jims.
Yeah.
You know, I don't eat. So here's, she's not even my woman. This is my assistant. She knows I don't eat all day because I'm working out and doing stuff. Went and got me a bag of Slim Jims.
that's why you brought it up. Yeah.
The grass-fed little things. She brought a couple to work, and she was like, dude, you're running crazy all day. You need to be eating blah, blah, whatever. Try these little beef sticks. If you like them, I'll buy you a bag from Costco. Unexpected.
That's amazing.
Unexpected, but somebody who knows me, who works with me, who's like, and I'm just like.
But she's like that with her husband.
Yeah. That's just who she is, and Kenny knows her. And that's just the nature of people who if you pay attention to your dude and realize the things that make him happy, do it from time to time. Because he'll never ask you to do it.
Because you know what happens? You pay attention, you're paying yourself.
Yep.
If you pay attention, you are paying yourself. You will be gladly rewarded. Lifetime. Just the little things, the little victories.
You want to make your dude happy and do something that he's completely unexpected? Plan a night out, make a reservation for dinner, and say, this is where we're going to eat.
Yeah.
How many times do we say, let's go grab a bite, and they will never make a decision once? Just come up with a plan, make a decision, and babe, I didn't cook tonight or whatever. I thought, let's go out. Mm-hmm. Or little shit like, I know you had a rough day. We're going out tonight. I've already ironed a shirt for you.
Just kind of been,
You were thinking about it, and so I know where his day is going.
It's called being prepared.
And so, it's like, I know if I make this easy for him, he's more likely going to want to do it. So let's just do it. And then he doesn't have to think about where we're eating, where we're going. I'm not saying do it all the time. Do it once. Mm-hmm. I promise you, your checking account, or should I say your
love account,
your love checking account, that balance just went up because you're winning. Your stock, you just adding stock to your emotional bank account with him.
I mean, your relationship is about contribution. I don't like the word sacrifice.
No.
I don't like the word sacrifice, but that means you're giving up something.
You're losing yourself. You should never lose a part of you.
Exactly. It is you making offerings into a larger group, for the group to grow, for the group to be better, which is us.
That's why I call it a partnership.
Exactly. This is what I've learned. Let me feed this. This is what I figured out. Let me feed the group of us. Yeah. It's like it's constant participation. It's not, I gotta go out and do this, and then she's gonna go out and go do her job, and we'll meet somewhere in the middle. No, we're bringing it all together.
And what's funny is I get this bullshit thrown at me all the time about, you're single, you've never been married.
Oh, God.
What do you know? This is what I tell people. Who's going to know women as a man? None of us. But if you've been with one woman for 20 years, and I've dated multiple women over 20 years, who do you think has a better pool of information about women? The one who's got an N of 1 or the one who's got an N of 10?
Right.
I would never do a medical procedure on somebody when it's only been done on one person 1 million times.
Right.
I want to know how multiple people respond and what multiple people's thoughts are. So when I say I've spoken with women or women tell me things, blah, blah, whatever, it's not because one woman keeps telling me the same thing.
Right.
You can tell me everything about your one woman. What can you tell me about women as a whole?
Correct.
None of us know it all, but the more people that are in your circle, like you train a bunch of women, you coach a bunch of women. I see women in my practice all day. I see women who are nurses all day. So I'm having these conversations. So when you come at me and say, dude's telling me this, or married women tell me this. You're not married. You don't know what it's like. But I talk to enough of y'all on a regular basis
As a matter
to
of
hear
fact,
your
they
complaints.
come to you.
They come to me to talk to me about their shit with their dude. So I know what you're doing. And as a man, I will tell you, if you were married to me, that shit would bug the fuck out of me.
Right.
So if I'm telling you, that's not a good look, I promise you your husband thinks it's not a good look, but because he's your husband, he swallows it.
He's taking that bullet.
Because
you don't want to deal with it.
You choose your battles.
If you pick your battles wisely.
It ain't something he's going to divorce you for, but damn it, he'd be a lot happier if you didn't do that shit.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And so when we talk about what we want, what we need, and what we expect, what we want is peace. What we need is peace. What we expect is for you to just respect that.
Mm-hmm. And also, and something we talked about earlier, because we hashed it out early today.
Yeah.
Is
what we do.
Is clarity in communication. Be clear on what you're telling me. Understand what you don't just read off what's at the top of the dome.
Don't hint at it.
Identify with what you actually need and what you want to say, then say it. Don't run scattered with it, because then I'm receiving only what you're sharing with me.
Yes.
That's all I have to identify with, because we only need to hear it once.
Right. And if you're not sure if we're understanding, I always tell my friends, talk to your dude like he's 6. He will never think you're condescending. He'll just understand.
But also be, like I said, be clear.
Right.
Because guess what? You may not say it the same way every time.
Right. And if you're talking to a 6-year-old, you're very dumbed down and clear.
Mm-hmm.
So if you say, because somebody said it today, I'm thinking and talking at the same time, and it just all comes out. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and we were having a conversation at work, and all of a sudden, she brings up a topic from days prior, but was not part of the conversation we were having, and it was like just flowed into that, and I'm like, I'm confused. What is it? What are you talking about? Oh, remember when we were talking about, I'm like, so you're thinking about all this shit at once? Yes, well, I don't keep up like that. You have to stop the first conversation.
Correct.
And say, I'm moving on to this topic now.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, we're lost. Our brains don't function like y'all's.
Yeah.
So like Coach said, we need you to be concise and clear.
Yeah. If you're talking about, let's say, we're talking about basketball today, we're not talking about baseball 3 days ago. We're talking about basketball now.
Right.
I don't want to hear about baseball 3 days ago.
Unless you say, okay, I'm changing the subject.
Yes.
We're going to this now.
Or have a relation, the bridge between the two.
Exactly.
If there's no bridge, there's a lack of clarity.
100%. And that's not something that we want only. We need that. Because if we don't get that, we're not understanding you, and we'll nod like we get it and be like, we'll catch the important parts. You know?
Either that or you be like, do you know what you're talking about?
Right? Well, weren't you paying attention, blah, blah? I was, but were you?
You lost me a long time ago.
Right? And so when we talk about what we want and need, we want and need that.
Correct.
The other thing
Uh-oh.
that I'll say that we want
What's that?
is respect.
Mm-hmm.
We want it. I think it's necessary, but we also know that we have to earn it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not asking y'all to just give it to us. We're telling you we expect it if we've earned it. If we're not earning your respect, then you need to tell us why, or basically tell us why not. Mm-hmm. If you don't have a reason for disrespect, or not even disrespecting, if you're saying that we haven't earned your respect, my question is going to be, then why are you with me? Mm. If you can't respect me, then don't be with me. Because that's the one expectation I have of you as a woman in my life. You have to respect me.
Wow. Yeah. That's real.
And if you don't, It's okay. Just be elsewhere.
You know, it's funny, I think that a lot of times that when there's a lack of respect for a spouse in a relationship, there's a lack of personal respect
Yes.
for self. We always talk about men and respect, but women need that as well to a degree. And I think there's a lack. They need validation to feel their level of respect. It needs to come from an outside source. They don't have to innately say, "Oh, I respect myself.
Right.
I respect my boundaries." Because that's why there are abusive relationships, and because they don't respect their own boundaries.
Exactly. And it's not difficult to give somebody that, right? It's not difficult to give somebody that respect. No. Especially if he is with you and trying to really push forward and be that guy. Mm-hmm. If you can't respect him for whatever reason that is, why are you with him? And at that point, if you can't respect him, you can't love him. Better yet, if you can't respect him, you don't like him. And if you can't like him, you can't love him.
Correct.
And then it becomes transactional. And you're just with him for other reasons.
Yeah.
Whether it's lifestyle, money, or or how he makes you feel. Because you don't care how you make him feel.
Right.
It's all good in the world if he makes you feel good about yourself.
Yeah. Now, I want to backtrack.
Yeah.
Don't get it confused what he said in respects to liking and loving. It's just the frame that he's going with.
Yeah.
Because you can be in love
and
love your partner. And it's just sometimes y'all just ain't going to like
I don't like
each
you
other.
today.
Fool, bye.
We said it in a previous podcast.
Yeah.
It's harder to like somebody than it is to love them.
Yeah.
Sometimes that shit is tough.
Yeah. But the thing is, the love allows you to find your way back to like. Not all the time, but, because it's just moments. It's just shit happens.
And here's the thing, too. We talk about respect. You guys, people, and I say you guys, I mean people in general. Oh, I respect you. Lack of respect comes in many forms. Respecting me as a person is one thing, but understanding and respecting my time, respecting what I do, respecting my family, my lifestyle, all this stuff. You may respect me, but you don't respect my time. If I reach out to you, I deserve the respect of you responding. Mm-hmm. If you reach out to me, same thing. You're busy, I'm busy, life is busy. One of the things that I can't stand is lack of respect for my time. Mm-hmm. And any man who's busy in life wants you to respect his time. Respect who he is, respect his time. And the lack of that is some shit that we don't like. I mean.
Yeah. Because you know why? It's usually an unnecessary battle. It's just unnecessary. We're just not in a position to want to take on a battle that first of all, like for you, not married, why would I need to battle you over this?
At all.
This is not getting us in. There's no level of gain. I, as well as you, can easily move on to the next.
Right.
But you're creating this unwarranted game that we have to continue to battle through.
By battling me, you're making it easier for me to move on.
Yeah.
Because there's no incentive to stick. If this is a battle when we're not in it,
yeah,
I can only imagine the battle when you feel like you're entitled to it. Mm. I don't do battles before you're carrying the same last name.
Yeah.
There's no reason for that.
Yeah. And also, honestly, just the idea, if you're looking for a battle all the time, wondering why you're alone sometimes. I mean, seriously. You're already painting the picture of like, I got to keep one foot on the floor. I got to have one shoe on. I got to be out the door, just in case.
Yep.
My bag's already packed. I don't have to worry. You're not
100%, man.
Yeah. you're walking into nothing with the idea of the opportunity of.
Something else that I'll tell you, and you'll feel this one, that just some shit we don't like. We hate comparison. Don't compare me to your ex. Don't compare me, especially to your friend's man. Don't say, well, you know, Michelle's man does so-and-so for her. Fucking good for him. You know what I mean? But women will do that because their girlfriends have such a tremendous influence on how they think that they'll compare.
Oof, I know that one.
Right?
I know that
Dude,
one well.
that's just, y'all don't understand it, but you do it more than you think. And you may not say, well, so-and-so's man does this, why don't you do it? You'll say things like, guess what so-and-so got today? Or guess what so-and-so did today? Or they're going on this trip. Or the so-and-so's doing this. Oh, my girl and her man went to dinner at this spot.
Cool.
Instead of saying, hey, I heard about this spot, we should go sometime.
Correct.
You've now made it a competition because you said this. And as men, we feel you're not going to be happy unless we try to keep up. So now we go get the second job so I can take you to dinner at Nobu in Malibu because your girlfriend's man is doing the same shit for her.
Right. Even though he has maybe a higher source of income,
Right.
and his life is just way
They have a different lifestyle.
They have a way different lifestyle.
Yeah. You know, and so stop comparing and making it harder for your man to just be himself, because now he's got to step outside himself because he's trying to meet your expectations of what your past used to be or what your girlfriends want to be. And you're comparing him to a relationship that you're only seeing from the outside.
Correct. You don't know
what's going on at home.
You don't know she's getting her ass whooped every night.
She just ain't telling you.
You're right.
You know, she may be miserable as shit at home, but she comes in front of you like, look what my man did.
Right.
He's got 4 other side chicks. You want me to get one like him too? You know?
I've seen him out.
Yes.
You know?
Not right. But I'm just saying, it's like, so stop comparing your man to other people. Because that shit, we hate that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
That just gave me a headache.
Right. But we don't ever say it.
Yeah.
Because what's the point? Because then if we bring it up as, dude, why are you always comparing me? What, you feel insecure? Okay. How about this? How about I just start showing you pictures of people I used to date? I don't have to say shit. Here's her IG. Click. Here's her IG. Oh, shit. She's got 11 million followers. Oh, shit. Why don't I do that? Because I'm not comparing you to her. You're not her. There's a reason why I'm not with her and I'm with you.
Right. You're in that moment at that time.
It's that simple.
In that moment at that time. We're not beyond. We're not in the past.
No.
We're in the moment at that time. Most men live that way. Now, some live a little scarred. They might be a little damaged goods. You know, they might be a little wounded, carrying over old baggage.
Right.
But at the same time, for most of us as men, we love just being right here in this moment and owning it and treasuring that moment and taking our snapshots with our eyes, like enjoying that moment.
Exactly.
We're not, okay, you know, this is going to be my husband. I mean, this is going to be my wife. And 3 years from now, and I'm going to be, you know, doing, you know, this job at this place. And then I'm going to be working with. No,
we've
right
learned from our past.
Yeah.
We're not trying to relive it.
Yeah.
We've learned from our past. We're in the now, and we're preparing you as part of our future.
Right. Which is why I was able to remarry. I mean, I was able to remarry because I let go of my past.
You left it in the past. You learned from it.
Yeah, I learned a lot from it, you know, and my relationship is 180 from the past. 180. I would never say 360. I hate when people say that.
Because you're coming right back.
Yeah, coming right back to the same person.
Right. Complete opposite is not a full fucking circle. Sorry. Shit. You know?
720. Still, same thing.
Same thing. You know? But it's one of those things where we hate the comparison We hate insecurities, even though we all have them. Don't expect us to let your insecurities screw up our relationship when we know we're trying to make you as secure as possible. There's only so much we can do.
Correct.
And then after a while,
Correct.
Your self-image, you got to deal with.
Right.
When we tell you we love you the way you are, and that's still not enough for you, there's nothing else we can do.
Yeah. The moment I tell you the way you are, you have to start making choices. Because one, you make the choice you want to be with me. So if I'm feeding you and feeding your spirit, with nothing but sweetness, because I'm about to get a cavity over here. Right. You have to now make choices like, okay, I need to work on this. Okay, I need to feel more secure with myself.
Right.
Because I feel protected now.
And anything you do other than what you are right now, if I'm like, you know what? I'm perfectly content with who you are. I'm happy with who you are. If there's anything more, then you're doing it for yourself. Don't say, my dude he likes things a certain way. That's what we talked about last week. Oh, he's looking at Instagram. He's doing this. He must like this. No. I like you the way you are. I had this conversation with somebody else. I was like, and maybe we were talking about it. If I go to the strip club, doesn't mean I want you to be a stripper.
Makes no sense.
If I watch porn, doesn't mean I want you to be a porn star. I like you the way you are.
Right.
So any changes you make outside of that are for you. It ain't for us. It's for you. Right? Now, if I'm coming to you like, there's some things I don't like, don't say you want us to open up, then beat us up for telling you the truth.
I had to laugh at that. You know why? Because that's what happens. That is exactly what happens. We share. You said, please, I just want you to open up, or let's work on this together, or I want to know what's going on. I feed you what's going on. Well, you need to do this. This.
Okay.
Cool.
You told me the brutal, honest truth about your feelings. Do I have to tailor my truth, or can I tell you the truth about what I'm feeling? And there's a reason why everybody says women can't handle the truth. But yet you want us to be open and honest. Stop telling us that, because you don't want us to be open and honest.
No.
You want bits of the truth
wrapped up in a bow.
Like small bites of Fruit Loops. You want them sweet and cool, and you want us to hint at the truth without putting it in front of your face.
The peas and the mashed potatoes.
Right? Exactly. You don't want it all. You just want bits and pieces of the truth. Uh-huh. And you want it to feel like it's the whole truth. I'm going to tell you guys out there now, a lot of men don't give you 100% of the truth all at the same time. We dial it out over time so you guys can digest it a little better.
Right. We do.
Because
we do.
We're not telling you to change who you are, but don't ask us if you don't want to know the answer. Honey, do I look fat in these jeans? Do I want to start a fight? There's just,
yeah,
you don't win.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. And so we'll tell you the things that we like. We'll tell you the things that we want. We'll tell you the things that we need. We will rarely tell you the things that we just don't like, especially if they don't matter. If they're big things that you do, we will hint at, we don't kind of like this. Or could you maybe not do this or that? Because they take that shit personal. Mm-hmm. And so.
it just reminded me of one time, like, she said, oh, somebody we know, like, oh, like, go hang out with this other group. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, no, I think I'm good.
Right.
Oh, he didn't call you yet? No, he didn't call me. I'm good. It's cool. I was not there. And then it just eventually surfaced. She had to get her dose of reality of what was going on.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's way more. Oh, and I was getting this vibe. I said, but you weren't listening to your instincts. It just, they will tell you.
Yes. So when you feel that your man isn't communicating enough, he's not opening up to you, it's not because we don't want to. It's because of the repercussions of us opening up and being honest. Either we're looked at as being weak, mean, toxic. Notice none of those three things are, he's just being open and honest.
Which is what you asked for.
So,
I mean,
dude, I think this conversation will go on, and there's going to be many conversations about this. We'll bring this back up again when we start talking about what women want, and you guys will DM us. You'll shoot us things that'll let us know, here's some of the things we want to talk about. Here's what we want y'all to talk about. Bring on a guest who can speak on behalf of us, you know, because this whole male-female dynamic plays a role in everything we do. And we have to be able to communicate. We say this every damn podcast because clearly it's not being done, you know, and we have to be not only be able to communicate, we have to be willing to communicate. The willingness and the ability. You got to do both.
yeah. And what's the most important thing with communication?
Listening. 100%. And those of you out there that speak 24,000 words a day,
Speak less.
say less.
Oh man. Oh,
Dude.
got through that one. Man,
Dude. One last parting words, man. Look, be good to your dude, he'll be good to you.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Let
Love
him be a
thyself. Love thyself, and he will love you the same.
man. For real. Coach, where they gonna find you
They
at,
gonna find me.
because I'm not coach this week.
And Coach KJ knows, and CoachKJ.com.
You're going to find me at Leonel Hunt. You're going to find me on huntspine.com.
Okay.
Both of us at SOE _ podcast on IG. Check us out every week for our live.
Yeah.
Everything Coach and Doc at podcastsoe.com. Dude, send us your suggestions, what you want to hear. We got more guests coming up. We got some cool shit coming for you.
Run your mouth.
Tell us what you want to hear, girl. Come on.
We're going to run ours. Oh, we going to run it. And we
out, y'all.